We regret to announce the death of Florina Duplessis, better known as Mama Mackenzie, of Daniel Riviere, who passed away on Thursday, July 5, 2012 at 11:30 a.m. at the St. Jude's Hospital. She was 83 years old. Left to mourn 4 sons: Guy Duplessis of Rodney Heights, Grosley, Hugh Duplessis and George Duplessis, residing in New York. Cyprian Duplessis, better known as Sly, of Daniel Riviere. 7 daughters: Jeanette Duplessis, residing in Tortola, Stella Simon of Richford, Simona Saint-Fort and Valerie George of Daniel Riviere, Paula Duplessis, residing in Antigua, Catherine Antoine, residing in New York, Camilla Duplessis, better known as Cammy, of Marigot. 2 adopted daughters: Charlene Polius of Guadeloupe, Jennifer Eddy of Martinique. 2 sisters: Mary Averill of Daniel Riviere, Lucretia Isambert of the United States of America. 20 grandchildren: Albina Joseph, residing in Canada, Monique Duplessis and Terry Simon, residing in Florida, Glenda Maduro and Calvin Duplessis, residing in the United States of America. Skeet McNeil and Cointhia Simon, all of Richford, Wendell George and Melonia St. Gis of Daniel Riviere, Danik and Dante Duplessis of La Perle, Jovel Duplessis of Gadet, Herschel Duplessis of Monrepos, Zamboni Martin in Germany, Rokia, Kira and Kyla Henry of Antigua, Clevie Duplessis, residing in New York, Queen Duplessis of Marigot. 1 great-grandson, Alan Simon of Richford. 6 sons-in-law: Gaspar Simon of Richford, Augustin Saint-Fort and Nicholas George, better known as Coach, of Daniel Riviere, Winston Henry of Antigua, Tony Antoine of New York, Bacchus Henry of Marigot. 5 nephews: Michael Eddy of Despin, Elias Eddy of Grand Riviere, Titus Abril and Levinus Jeremy, residing in the United States, Anthony Avril of Daniel Riviere. 7 nieces: Juliana Eddy of Daniel Riviere, Josephine Eddy, better known as Ate, and Janet Eddy, residing in the United States, Jacqueline, Joan, Becky, and Merlia, all of Dennery. 1 stepdaughter: Jocelyn de Turville of Daniel Riviere. 1 stepson: Hughes of Daniel Riviere. 3 caretakers: Francilia Chalry, better known as Tata, Sandra Constantine, and Leviana Dupal, all of Daniel Riviere. Best friend: Leonie and Paul Sexius of Daniel Riviere, Iluta Francis and Louisa Acti, residing in the United States, George Marius of Daniel Riviere. Special friends: Sheila Regis of Dennery, Slen Stanislas of Grand Ravine, Edifa Papius of Babono, Mariah Mombelli of Gadet, Georgiana Fitz, Cease, Mr. and Mrs. Morris, Nasha Francis, Bernadette George, Martina Ajuda, Verona Jalem, Caleb Jalem, and Taj, all of Daniel Riviere. Aya Charles of Dennery, the members of the Daniel Riviere Evangelical Church. William family of Olio, many other relatives and friends too numerous to mention. The funeral service of the late Florina Duplessis, better known as Mama Mackenzie, will take place on Saturday, July 14, 2012, at the Dennery Evangelical Church at 2:30 p.m. and the body will be interred at the Larishu Cemetery for burial. The body now lies at the Lazarus Funeral Home, New York Road, VA4.